Let's try and... Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dana coming at you live from Philadelphia on behalf of the Karen Cares channel. We are here today to feed our snake. We have an albino corn snake here. And just for funsies, an albino corn snake.
Boba. That's his name. That's his name.
Boba, anyway, so this is our albino corn snake. We're going to direct the camera down a little bit and hopefully get a really good... feeding from her. It's been a while since she ate. Sorry for the wiggly camera, guys. Still trying to get used to my dad's computer, and it's not really working out the way I'd hoped. So, all right, you ready? What are the steps here? Now we're using this Reptivite to.
Going upside down.
It's like vitamins, and what you do is you kind of get yourself a rodent. A gourmet rodent. It's very gourmet.
Gourmet
rodents. Gourmet rodent. All right. Now, when we got her, she was maybe about 1.5 feet, but I would say she is closer to 2 feet now. I'm going to have our hook ready just in case we
I don't know if these are
need
too
it.
cold.
Let's just give it a try, Ash. We need to go ahead and move forward with this. Does anybody want an albino corn snake? Because we're getting to the point where, like, this is becoming more of a job for me.
Oh, my gosh.
What? What are you doing?
What?
Nothing. All right. I thought you were going to dip it in the Reptivite before you got the snake out because that would make more sense, right? So you just have it ready?
Stop. Am I opening from the wrong side? No, I'm not opening. It's hard to open.
No?
I don't get very good range with these. It's annoying.
There. Well, I'm thinking about how you're going to feed it to her, though. And then after this, you're going to go ahead and... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I can just have a minute here.
You say that a lot. Go ahead and go ahead.
All right. So we're going to feed... This is called a fuzzy mouse. There are several different kinds. I like little pinkies. They look a little less... like mice, but this is called a fuzzy. So we're going to go ahead and open up the lid and
go ahead.
See, we're going to go ahead. Hey,
try to block her from either that side so that she doesn't like get out. It's right over here, Boba.
Okay, put it closer to her face, honey.
No, I'm trying to
yeah.
Boba, dear, come here.
No, I see.
Oh my God,
Boba.
Oh no.
Okay, I got it.
This is my laser.
Closer to her face. I'm getting frustrated that you refuse to listen to me when I'm giving you simple instructions. And if you can't handle it, then I will find somebody to handle it. Here you go. Now give her a minute. Let her sniff. Let her lick. There you go. Okay, relax. You need to let her get it.
There we go. Okay. Oh, that's good. I wasn't expecting at that moment. I was like still preparing.
The first time we
you can put the lid on.
I can put the lid on.
Yes. Putting the lid on is actually better.
Okay.
So
now at this point we're gonna go ahead and let her kind of eat that rodent. Once she smelled it, she kind of went right for it. Thing is,
these are good quality. Sorry, I was just surprised that it was like a exit here.
Yeah, these are I just got this today. It's a bamboo tweezers, and this is for feeding because the other tweezers that we have are good. But as you can see, they're metal. So the issue would be if the snake were to go for its food, go for its gourmet
and I guess
rodent.
It's not even like it's less of like that's very unlikely to happen. It just scares the death out of me that she might break a tooth on that.
I can understand that. You don't want to get
dear
breaking her teeth.
We need to
hold
keep
on
your
to them
teeth.
Okay? The other thing, Ashley just got her glasses today. Big thumbs up if you like her glasses. The like helps feed the algorithm monster, as I'm fond of saying. The other thing I wanted to touch on briefly today is that if you've been following the news at all, you will know that several months ago, the president of Tanzania outright rejected many of the lockdown and draconian measures that we've seen across Europe and the United States, and has even sent, I believe it was a papaya, a goat, and some other kind of fruit that he tested for COVID, and they all came back positive. So he has kind of rejected the COVID narrative from the very beginning. He also actively rejected the concept of bringing vaccines into his country. He is now dead from heart complications. So it's interesting that one of the few world leaders that was willing to stand up and publicly take a stand against this new technological, technocracy, idiocracy, really. Wow, she's only got like half of that down. I wish there was a way to kind of show the camera without disturbing her. I'm going to bring her down.
Try not to.
Okay, there you go. So now you can see.
And then after that mouse, we're going to give her a little bit of time to get it like down, and then we're going to feed her the next one. Because we don't want to feed her the next one too quick to the point where it's like hard to swallow and digest.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see if getting in on the side might be better. Might be better perspective, but I think I'm probably just wigging people out. There you go. That's a cool perspective. You see it?
Yeah.
See her little head? So she just barely got the whole mouse in there at this point. Oh no, she's still got that tail hanging out.
Yeah, which is why she's opening her mouth.
Yeah, okay. She's still trying to get that tail down. So anyway, I hear the girl's about to scream for mom. So anyway, I am curious to hear what you think of the Tanzanian president's heart failure, if you think it is natural causes or if you think it is NWO causes. I think you probably know where I lie on that spectrum. I am making pork chops tonight with roasted peppers, a little bit of Brussels sprouts. Hey, girl, hey, because you like Brussels sprouts. And then broccoli. And tell our friends here what else you have been up to, my love.
I've been reading 3 books. I just started the Train Your Dragon.
Here,
when I got bored in ELA because I finished the worksheet.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started reading that one book. So I'm doing 2 books, one for school. I'm doing Series of Unfortunate Events, the one about the elevator where they meet Esme. I forget what it's called or which one it is. I'm reading how to some ways to train a drag or train a dragon or something.
Yeah, 100 ways to train.
I don't know. And then reading Bridge of Terabithia for school. And might I just add, I just find it so creepy that he's in love with his teacher. No.
Like I kind of explained to Ashley, like it's not as uncommon and weird as she thinks it is, but I can totally understand why as a kid you think it's weird because like I never had a crush on a teacher. I found it weird. I knew somebody in high school. I was friends with somebody in high school and she was only 15 and she actually started dating our geometry teacher. Yeah.
How old was he?
Dude, like illegal? In his he was in like his late 20s. Like he was almost twice his age. Well, yeah, I mean eventually, because they kept it secret because we were in a Catholic high school.
Don't you have to be 18 to like date somebody that's over 18 or something?
You know, every state kind of has its own rules. I think in Pennsylvania you can get married at the age of 16. So I guess if we were talking about talk about legal statutes, I guess we could say 16. 15 in some states, as young as 14 if you have parental permission, especially in their states down south or say Arkansas where you tend to have Christian fundamentalist families and they get married, young. They don't do a lot of dating. They do courting. So really the way that our government is set up, to have like a federal government that is supposed to oversee everything and then state governments that run things locally so that they can cater to the different religious needs of their population or their constituents. And but yeah, there's a lot going on there. Hi, baby. Are you hungry again?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her another second just because she's so active. I want her to calm down a bit before I feed her the next mouse. Because I don't like it very much when sometimes I start speaking in storybook. Like I'll just be
it's okay. Go ahead. You don't like it when
anyway. Sometimes I don't like it very much when she's like very active.
Yeah.
And she goes to bite something because she like jumps up so far. It's like I wasn't ready for that. So I'm gonna give her another minute.
Okay.
But yeah.
So anyway, so the whole crush on the teacher thing is definitely weird to me too. Definitely weird.
Cause like
he's a lousy teacher too. Like he wasn't even like a good teacher. So like I got really good grades, but in his class I didn't. And I'm like, well, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
I'm smart. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like with some of my.
All right, 9 minutes. Like yes, man, I've lost blood to my knees, to my legs. I mean. I'm too old to sit like that. What do you think? Can we switch here, kid, for a minute? I gotta get downstairs and get my pork chops on in a hot minute, okay?
I'll come back up and I just like my stomach hurts. I'm so hungry.
All right. I need you to go into the bathroom, in the front bathroom, and get me that thing of sanitizing wipes, please. It's a white container. I'm wondering if we might be all done here. So in terms of updates, we're talking about what the next step would be for getting the house done. We have our cabinets are coming in at the end of March. We weren't expecting them until the end of April or even mid-May, but we were surprised to find out. Thank you, sweetheart. Surprised to find out the cabinets would be in before then. So, of course, my hardworking husband is over at the house doing said thing. I think installing something. Lights. I really, truly have absolutely no idea what he's installing. What we do need to talk about, though, I feel like this whole thing with the president of Tanzania, I feel like it is a very, very bold move by the elite to warn us all, to really stay in line. And I think that makes it hard because when people try to be activists for things like medical freedom, things that I would think we would all agree on, I support you and your right to get a vaccine, to get the coronavirus vaccine too. I don't agree with it, but I support your parental right to enroll your children in this experimental project. If you look at the information that's out there, most doctors are willing to admit that this vaccine acts more like gene therapy than it does like any of our traditional shots, say the DPT or MMR or whatever. So that's an area of concern. We simply don't know how that's going to affect people 5 to 10 years down the road. And essentially, you are the guinea pig when you sign yourself and your children up for this. Many people also don't know that should you become permanently disabled, should you have a fatal event following your vaccination, some life insurance companies will not pay out your life insurance policy. You are the makers of this shot have been granted blanket immunity under emergency use guidelines. So should you become disabled or unfortunately die, then your family is kind of left without recourse, left without life insurance, left without the ability to sue the manufacturer, even if they know that their product is 100% unsafe. It's one of the only industries in the world that's granted this level of blanket immunity. Unfortunately, I think what we are seeing in Israel is almost a trial run to see the results, to see how compliant people are, to see what ages and age ranges and brackets are more compliant than others. And I think that there will be programs that will be written to find people like us, the free thinkers, the people that just didn't buy into the narrative from day one, and everybody called us crazy grandma killers. And yet here we are. The only grandmas that were killed were the ones that Cuomo and Wolf put into the nursing homes. That assistant, whatever the hell she's going to be, assistant secretary, health secretary to President Biden. She's going to be the she took her mother out of a nursing home and put her up in a private apartment before they implemented the policy that allowed COVID positive patients into nursing homes in the first place. And in many cases, it's not just older COVID positive patients. It's actually younger patients that in some cases, like we saw in Detroit, there was a case of a young patient, I believe in his 20s, recovering from COVID, beating the ever-loving piss out of this old guy who eventually ended up starving himself and dying, committing death by suicide because of the depression, the trauma that was caused because this animal was allowed in the retirement home. Despite being COVID positive, despite the fact that our older population is more vulnerable to this disease. I find myself often losing heart, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold on to the possibility that there is something in the future for us. The things that I see that are really positive about this, I see mainstream media dying. I see Hollywood dying. I see the emergence of niche markets in entertainment, that there are YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey. There are all these other platforms that are starting to come out. We have Gab, we have Parler now again, right? We also have MeWe is one. That's a little complicated for me, but I'm trying. And we're going to stay on the main platforms too. I'm going to try and stay on there. I just have a lot of family and friends. It's kind of what this is all about. Right now, I'm just learning to play with video editing software, with lighting, makeup, speaking, trying to read a little bit more so that I feel better prepared to speak on the topics that I wanted to address. Unfortunately, I've got to finish feeding the snake, so I can't talk about it too much more. The next thing that I'm thinking of doing is possibly filming a makeup tutorial for those who, look. Okay, fun story. Young folks, this is called a dictionary. This is a large, heavy paperback book, and inside of it is definitions. When you wanted to know the meaning of a word, you had to look it up. Let's see. Let's find a vocabulary word for today. I've opened to N, and we will go to N. National Bank. Are they trying to get me set up? We're pissed about the Fed and going off on that now? Okay. Okay. A bank or system of banks owned and operated by government, as in some foreign countries. Definition number 2, in the U.S., a member bank of the Federal Reserve System chartered by the federal government. National banks formerly issued banknotes secured by government bonds. Let me tell you something about the Fed. Okay, so the people that were really against the Fed ended up on the Titanic and they died. Okay, so you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but something's a little bit hinky about that. They passed that the year after all those people sunk on the Titanic that were opposed to it. They have been knocking people off since the beginning of time. And who are they? People that ain't like us. People that are just working, trying to get their life together, trying to live through this pandemic, trying to wake people up, and trying to just make their freaking dinner without burning it. Hey, Ashley! So, I think that I'm at the point where I cannot wait for this child anymore. I'm finding myself very frustrated. I'll just do it myself at this point. All right. Do you want me to do this or what?
If you're gonna do it, you can, but I'll do it.
Yeah. What if you ever opened this one day and they were like alive?
It's kind of impossible, but
yeah, I know, it's weird, right?
Yeah. They're putting a CO2 chamber, so.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and the good thing is that it's kind of like painless because you still feel like you're breathing. You just kind of die. I mean, they're still dead, but like.
What are they playing down there so loud?
They're playing school, but like a weird.
It's like so impossible to get this rat out.
Because those tongues are like really small. They don't have big range.
Are. All right, so we have our fuzzy. I'm trying not to smoosh its head.
It's okay if you smoosh its head a little bit.
I'm going to hold it like this so I can dip it in the powdery Reptivite. This is the vitamin mixture. I'm just going to dip our little fuzzy friend. You going to come on in here and give me a hand or what?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I was just back there because I didn't want to feel like intervening on what you were doing.
All right. So, oh no, I knew that was going to happen.
Dictionary, like.
I know. I had to show people what a dictionary is because nobody knows. You guys saw.
Everybody's like, what's a dictionary?
What?
I'm good. I'm not working.
All right. So what I'm going to try and do is, if I can, I'd love to bump this up a little bit so that you guys can see it. I'm trying to see what I have that's tall enough. Now it's way too unbalanced. All right. I'm just going to have to do it myself. All right. So here we go, back again. Hey there, back again. We are going to chill out together, watch the snake eat this mouse. She's just not.
It was literally nothing.
It was literally nothing.
Did you already feed it to her?
Yeah.
Oh, I would help.
No, I got it.
I did my Ariana Grande voice. Oh, I would have helped. It's kind of like bad Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Ariana Grande, if she was like insane.
Ash, I'm at the 20-minute mark, baby. I gotta get downstairs. I have pork chops. I am making pork chops, roasted potatoes, and veggies, and I've got to get to moving. All right, so we gave her 2 fuzzies. That should be enough. Yes, yes. All right, why don't you put this over there because this is all part of it. Gonna clean these instruments.
Violins.
We also
we
need.
need to take my violin.
Yeah, we do. I also need to. There's another rodent here. We can just toss it. I got a couple bags. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's fine.
Toss it.
Throw it out.
You can save it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want it, it's not that deep.
Yeah, either way, it's not a big deal. So, friends, we're going to get going. If you could, please thumbs up this video. I am hoping to come back soon, get my video editing skills straight. Please take this. Yeah, why? Hoping to get my video editing skills down, hoping to get 5 minutes where somebody's not needing something from me, which is probably unlikely to happen, but I'm going to give it a whirl. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate you checking in. I hope you enjoyed meeting our snake. We enjoyed having you here. Thank you so much.